And look, alright, I don't mean this in any hateful or negative way. I don't want anybody trying to spin the narrative to try to say otherwise. If DedSec has something to say, he will say it directly to me. And unfortunately, I have to say that because that's what's expected sometimes. And there's an explanation for some stuff. And the first thing I want to say before I get into this is that he said before that he doesn't have social cues or something like that, or he's not very good at social cues, something with socializing, I'm not sure. Now, I already talked about DedSec4Gaming or DedsecPlayz and, the whole Black Ops 6 thing, and that being just a little weird and a little off because, I mean, DedSec very well could have put me in a very bad position there. But nothing has happened, so it should be fine. Should be. Not saying it is. Should be. And then, that thing was a little messed up. But the thing that really gets me is what when the first thing happened. Because we were a couple years in off of playing. I think I met him on Apex Legends. Most likely. And I started helping him then. And it was all the way back. Like in 2023. So, pretty much since then we've been playing. Or 2022. It might have been 2023. So maybe it's just like a year or so before, or a couple years, because 2025 is when it happened. 2025 has been a weird year sometimes. Because going back, right, it was a couple of years in, we're having a good time. Either that or over a year and some months, whatever. And then this, I think, is June? No, wait. It was like March or something. Or May, I don't remember. It's earlier this year. And I know it was not when I obviously went here, so it wasn't May. It was before May, which was the last month I was even in that household. And that was like my first house I ever got, so I didn't even feel comfortable in my own home. And then this happened with DedSec, where he decides to like lash out on me and JJ Orange and say, the fact that you're condoling this, Zach, when we've been joking that way and bantering with them that in that exact form, because me and JJ Orange, we do that to all of other people. I do that type of joking with JJ Orange, so he's the root of the reason why we joke like that. He's the reason. That's his type of sense of humor combined with mine. Besides, like, that's just like what he finds funny and entertaining. So I'm just adding with it, and we're just joking. We don't mean nothing negative. And the fact that he says that he, in his mind, he saw that as negative, and saw that, like, confused me. I'm like, you was a friend, and you was fine with it for 2 years. 365 days times 2, that's like 700 days. You were fine for like 720 something days or whatever. It's almost 1,000 days you were okay with it. But on the like 600th or 700th day or something like that, all of a sudden, after all those days, something was different that day. But again, like, like I said, I don't know if something was different at home, or if something was, bad going on at home or negative going on at home. I don't know what was happening behind the scenes. I don't know what's happening at school or whatever. Because he said I'm sorry to JJ Orange. And that's and the reason why I made him apologize to him and not really me is because what did I do? Because, like I said, he was the reason for all of it. And he's getting mad at me, and I met DedSec, and we had the good bond and friendship, and he's trying to come at me. So I'm like, that's not really why you're upset. because I was just really trying to play the game, but I was trying to play with my brother and have fun too. So yeah, I was gonna joke with my brother JJ Orange. So we did that. Like after like he left the game, after saying the fact that you're condoling this, Zach, basically saying I'm encouraging it, which yeah, I'm encouraging fun and funny and entertainment and sense of humor. And I feel like right there, like I feel like DedSec should just stop playing games for a while and like work on some other stuff, because obviously I don't think he's ready to be around other people, because he's not understanding what's negative and what's positive. Because what me and JJ Orange were doing, we're being positive and doing it in a good light. We were just joking around. If you didn't find it funny, then you could just, I don't know, ignore it, join us in joking, or don't play with us. I mean, that's not really hard to do one of those things. And that's crazy how that happened, right? Because 2 years, almost 2 years or whatever. And then that happens. It's like, wait, but you called yourself my friend. You called yourself my best friend. But then you're going to do something like that? So I was like, hold on. You know what? Maybe there's a misunderstanding. So I called him. And it was starting to instantly blame it on JJ Orange. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird though. Because here's the thing. Like I just said, I even said that JJ Orange was the reason why I was joking, which that is true in that fashion. But I didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't do anything wrong. And I think he was trying to avoid blaming me, because he meant me too. Because he said, the fact that you're condoling this, Zach, I have it on live stream. He can't say that that's not what happened. I literally have the audio of him saying it on the live stream. Granted, it might not be the best audio because his settings are wrong or something's messed up. I think his settings are just not on. And I'm a little kind of suspicious about that, because he says his settings are on when I asked him previously. But every time I hear him on my live streams, I can't really hear him as much as he says that his settings are on and all that stuff. But I can't hear the audio. But when JJ Orange says that and his settings are on, and I believe that because I can hear him through this live stream when I go to watch it back. So I don't know why he's avoiding that, as if he's prepared to do something toxic and try to get away with it. Which is weird, because I thought we were friends. Like, what happened to all that? Like Black Ops Cold War, I think. I don't know if he actually had that game. Well, anyway, we're talking, how many games have we played? Apex Legends, that's where we met on. Minecraft, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Triple I, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Double I, playing co-op missions. I mean, that's 4 that I can name off the top of my head right now. 4 different games. I don't have a lot of people that can say that they played more than one game with me and actually asked to play and actually want to play. And how weird, because a couple times Tails the Fox did that. And how weird that guy's a furry. Thinks he's Tails, whatever, has the skin. I mean, he's taking it pretty passionately and serious. But then DedSec, on the other hand, has something in comparison with that guy being a furry. And again, I don't care what sexual orientation. I don't care if you're in an LGBT or not. I still love you no matter what. You do what you do. But and same for the furry community. That's cool. Whatever. You do you. But when you're gonna say that I'm harassing you by being a comedian, that's just simply impossible. That's insane. That's blasphemy. And I'm sure there's a few other times where I could have, talked about where DedSec was just acting weird for no reason, but still calls himself a friend. That's a little weird. And then, let's fast forward about, I think this was maybe June or May. Probably June. So this is like 3-4 months after when he messed up. And he blamed JJ Orange. And I was like, yo, well, you got to realize that's not how it was. That's not what it was. But when I bring it up recently, he doesn't want to talk about it. He says, I don't really want to talk about that. And he doesn't want to talk about it. But it's like, we're friends, and we already talked about that stuff. But then he kind of like does a cognitive dissonance type of thing if he does talk about it, and he says, yeah, the whole thing, and he kind of like blames me. I don't remember how he words it, but he kind of like blames me a little bit, and I'm like, okay, that's a little weird because you're the one being sensitive about nothing, and we didn't do anything to you. We didn't do anything to anyone we joke with when we play the game, because that's not our intention. At least that's not my intention. I don't know about JJ Orange. I don't know about Jason. I don't play with them a lot. I don't talk to him, and I don't know how he is nowadays. The last JJ Orange that I knew was back in 2016. I would say maybe. That's the last time I knew JJ Orange. After that, I don't know who he is as a person anymore. I don't know any of that stuff no more. I don't pay attention. I do what I do. He does what he does. He thinks for himself, says for himself, all that. We're not on the same thing anymore. I mean, we'll still collaborate, maybe, but it's not a guaranteed thing, because I'm on a different grind set. I'm on a different mindset. I'm on a different, type of thing. Like, it's not even just a grind set mindset. It's just a whole completely different thing. Because the difference between me and him is I care about YouTube. I do the content. I like the content, all that. I'm not sitting here, complaining, whining, moaning, and saying, oh, I got a disability, feel bad for me, subscribe to me because I have that, leave a like because I have that. No, I'm not going to steal FaZe Jev's pink color and do that. I'm not going to guilt trip people because, oh, I'm disabled, I got a bone condition, I have a facial disability, and I pee in the bed, and I'm not making people feel bad for me in order to get something out of them. I don't do that. I don't do update videos all the time to let people know, oh, I'm going to the hospital, or I'm going to have surgery, and then make people feel bad thinking that this might be the last time they see me, to the point where they start, leaving all these comments and leaving like, you know what that means? Tractions, viewership, that means all of that. I'm not like that. I don't do that. I don't waste uploads like that. It's just not important for everybody to know personal information until you get to a certain point. And when you're never at that certain point, because this is not meant for you, because you're buying all your people that watch your content, all those comments are from fake accounts, and all those likes are fake. So who are you actually talking to? Your school friends and your mom that comments all the time? Like, explain to me who you're talking to. Bots and your school friends and your mom that comments all the time, and maybe your dad, and maybe your brother, and maybe, Zentab, Apollo, like Tandon. Like, this is crazy. Like, that this dude is actually talking full conversations with bots. But that's just Alpha Shadow Hot Clone Joshua's stuff. And we're talking about DedSec. And DedSec, fast forward, like I said. Actually, pause on that. Because when that phone call happened, I just thought something was weird and something was up. He didn't really want to take accountability. He said sorry or whatever. He probably felt like he was forced to do it, which he made his own decision. I wasn't telling him to do anything off camera. Like, literally, when I called him, I wasn't even planning on making the video. But then I was like, you know what? I gotta set record straight, bro. Like, this gotta stop happening. I already got banned because this stupid little drama stuff, because sensitive little things. I already got banned for this reason. So, if this is going to happen again, I'm going to try to prevent this. Because I can't have fun and enjoy myself. Because Sony's going to see that as, oh, he's being negative. And trolling and joking and memeing and having a sense of humor and being a comedian. You can't do that on our games. You will get instantly banned. So, like... So if there's a way that I can prevent DedSec from thinking negatively about it, I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, I don't think that he got the message. And that's what I said in that video. And then going into, like I said, fast forward 3-4 months. And this is about June. I think this is when I started playing Black Ops 6 and stuff. Now, I already thought it was a little weird that this dude told me where he got that thing. And how he got BO6. And just like the whole situation was just weird. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I already talked about the situation though. But the fact that DedSec would either be too foolish and unintelligent enough to put himself in a stupid situation like that sucks. But I don't know. I don't know the parenting. I don't know the situation. And I don't know DedSec as a person in real life. Or Pinky or, whatever. I don't know him as a person. So I don't know how, things work in his mind. I don't know how he works as a person. I just met him a couple years ago online. We haven't been around long enough. We haven't been around each other long enough to actually get to know each other. But that was messed up. That he kind of broke my trust right there. Like, that's screwed up. Now, lastly, and this is where it really gets weird. We're playing Minecraft not too long ago. And he asked me about this situation with Agent Orange as if I didn't make a video that I'm pretty sure he watched, and he even told me he watched, called Why Agent Orange is Not Affiliated with LGE Anymore. And it's just a simple explanation. It's a very straightforward video, really good video. I haven't even watched it in a while. I'm going to watch it after I do this video, just to see what the video is all about, and I'm pretty sure I stand by everything I said. I mean, I don't even know why I just said that sentence, because obviously that video was there for a reason. Like, now, the weird thing that happened is two things. And one of those things is DedSec will ask me to play a game, right? And it kind of reminds me of Royals from the CGS or the COD God Squad that I made when Royals was participating to try to be in COD God Squad. And he was a contestant to try being in the squad, the COD God Squad. But he didn't make it. No one made it because no one was as good as me. No one was making the content that I was making. No one was doing the stuff that I was doing when I was playing that character X Deadlies. And still not now. No one's still not doing anything. Everybody even left YouTube. I mean, I'm sure that Dark Warrior or whatever his name is still drawing circles for people that ain't 18 and then and making them pay for it, overpriced. And then Royals might be still doing content. Pop-Tart might even still be doing content. I mean, I've seen Pop-Tart stuff. He has some content on there. I don't know if he's still doing it. I don't watch him. I don't know. I don't talk to him. I message him and said, hope you're doing good. I message everybody. And I'm like, I haven't heard you guys from you guys in a while. But I hope y'all doing good. I don't know about Kintor, though. That guy been making like several different accounts. But it's just kind of funny that, Kintor started talking to Dark Mario, right? But then Dark Mario started talking to this X Deadly's clone that started talking to Joshua Alpha Shadowhawk clone, and they all talk to each other. But one of the things that Joshua Alpha Shadowhawk clone will keep telling me is I make too many accounts or I have too many of this. But for some reason, that's all I see in his comments. Not just that, he has like 3 different accounts. One of them's named Alpha Shadowhawk. I already did the video showing the proof and evidence on that. But not even just that. On top of all of that, on top of everything, you got Kintor with like 4 different accounts. When I go look back on my old gamer tag that had him added, bro, this dude's sitting there with X Kintor to be like X Deadlies. He's sitting there with Blue Wired. He's sitting there with like Fika Fall or something like that. I don't know. And I'm like, this is so funny because I keep finding more and more people, even Royals, with multiple different accounts and stuff like that and channels, but yet he's not getting mad at them for the same reason he's getting mad at me. It's a little contradictive, and the hypocrisy is just wild. It's just funny. But going back onto it, right? The reason why DedSec kind of reminds me of Royal sometimes is because, for one, the comparison with DedSec thinking that I'm being negative towards him when we're friends. That's completely impossible. That's just sense of humor, and I'm having fun. If it's, like I said, if it's something that you're not finding funny and you're finding it negative, we should just stop playing. We just should stop. Right now, right here, Like, just, we can't play if you're gonna think everything I'm doing is negative, because he's very close to strike 3. Very close. I mean, a friend doesn't do this type of stuff. A friend doesn't put me in a position like that. A friend doesn't think I'm being negative when I'm joking with them. Like, he laughed about it before, and even at times he would laugh really hard at the way me and JJ Orange joked with him. But one time is completely different. How was it different from those other times? You reacted in a positive way every other time. Every time. But one day in 2025, you're just like, the fact that you're condoling in this, Zach, like, what are you talking about? It's confusing to me. Anyways, not just that about him thinking I'm being negative, that Adrian is comparable to DedSec2, but DedSec Pinky also will say he wants to play a game. Now this a few people do. JJ Warren has done this sometimes, but X Razor Wire definitely does this. Adrian Whirls, NG Whirls, whatever you want to call him, Whirls, Glitches, whatever. He also is another person that does this, that I can name off the top of my head right now, right here. Sometimes Princess Undead does that, but I mean, she doesn't even really play video games. She says she does, but then, like, there's gonna be days where she's like, nah, I don't play games, and I don't know. It's this whole thing itself. But when it comes down to this whole thing, what I'm trying to say is, the thing that they're all comparable by is they'll ask to play a game. Either one or two things will happen. They're either asked to play a game, ask me to join them, and then they'll play like one game and then hop off. Or they'll play 2 games and then get off. Or just a few games and then get off and say, oh, I'm bored, I want to play a different game. And literally, Whirl/Adrian and Travis/Dark Recursion, X-Razor Wire, Popo, whatever, they both basically said the same thing by saying that they're bored by the game they're playing and they want to play a different game. And that's fair. That can happen. I'm not saying people can't be bored and can't do those things. I'm saying when you ask someone to play, I mean, like, you don't have to lock in and play every single game. But when you leave so early, it's like, but you asked me to play. So at that point, it's like, what the heck? Like, once you play for like an hour or something, like, okay, whatever. Or like even 40 minutes or something, it's like, okay, we had our play sesh. That's cool, whatever. I'm not saying at that point, that's when it's like kind of like toxic and kind of weird. No, even like 30 minutes is like a nice little play sesh. Some people have a different opinion, and it's subjective on how long play sessions should be for video games, which they should not be long at all. They're really, if you're gonna actually play video games, keep it at the minimum like maybe 5 hours. If you're gonna like really grind, like at a time, I mean maybe 5. I don't know, bro. Like, it's all subjective. But anyway, and then DedSec's been doing this. I'm sure he's done it a couple years ago, but I've noticed he's been doing it more and more this year, and I don't know why. Now, there could be so many reasons. This exam from school, this test, these are all excuses. This thing, or I gotta be up tomorrow early, or this thing, or this thing. And it's like, why didn't you say beforehand, before you specifically asked me to play? Why didn't you not think of the fact that you needed to go, so you should prepare me? Because here's the thing, I don't like playing by myself sometimes. I love playing with other people. That's why I play multiplayer games, because I love other people's experiences and being with them and making the whole thing better by me being there, because that's always what happens. And if anybody thinks otherwise, they're mentally just messed in the head. And that's just straight the truth. That's just straight up the truth. And I don't know how people can be around them and how they're in society doing things with such a messed up head, but I mean, I don't know. But that's just Joshua F. and freaking Alpha Shadow Clone and X Deadly's Clone and all those things. But I just think it's excuses sometimes, because DedSec, I don't feel like we have that like friendship energy as we used to. There's just something about him that makes me feel like he's still mad about that situation, and he just doesn't see me as a friend as he used to. And he doesn't really communicate that. And Yeah, he said he's bad at like social cues or whatever. I don't even know what the frick that means. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't have the time to look into it and stuff. So what I'm going to say here is the fact that I feel like, and this is what I said actually months ago, when that whole thing happened with JJ Orange. I told him, you need to communicate with me so our friendship can grow and so we can understand each other more. And I feel like he hasn't been doing that at all. And the reason why is because of the point I was saying earlier. Actually, this whole topic. He leaves to go play these other games like EVE Online, I'll Be Online, and freaking, what else? Just all these games that I just kind of find like just not really fun or worth it. And everybody's different, like tastes. Everybody has different, people like different games. It's subjective on how, what games people like, what games people don't. But I mean, like, I just feel like it's weird how he's gonna put a lot of time into those games, and like will ask me to play one game and then not put a lot of time into that. It's like, I'm trying to help you with making this the best experience, but you're spending like 2 minutes or more and then you're gonna go to this other game because you rage quit this game. It's like, my question is, why even play the game if we're not going to at least dedicate to it? Just like these other RPG games that are literally, the problem with RPG, this is why I didn't find those games fun, like I just said, like EVE Online or Albion, because RPGs are so similar. If they're not different in the mechanics and how they do it, it's just boring to me. I didn't even find World of Warcraft fun. Like, I think one of the best games to ever do it that actually made it fun to do is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. That was a good example. That's an example of how to change a system and make it fun and enjoyable. Where if you play a randomizer, it's even sometimes better as long as you know what you're doing and like, play enough to understand the knowledge of the game. That's when it's fun. If we're talking RPGs, I don't play a lot of RPGs because that's the problem that I feel like with all of them. A lot of them, sorry, not all of them. Not all of them, definitely not. Is they just feel so similar because you're just doing the same thing. You're going out there, you're eliminating something, you're getting levels. Like, make it fun and make it enjoyable. Don't be like every other RPG out there, or like point and click, little mouse thing. And at least Bloons Tower Defense 5 was fun, and I played a lot of hours of that, whether it was on mobile or console or PC. But like, it's just, and I don't know about EVE Online or Albion Online because I'm not into the games. But when I looked at them, and I don't really know a lot about it, like I just said, but when I looked at them, I'm like, oh, okay. So I see the system and I see like the gameplay, and I'm like, oh. So it's just the same type of things. And if he wants to play it, he can play it. I'm not saying he can't play it. And you can overthink this, over criticize it for no reason, over exaggerate what I'm saying, because you're just misconceiving, misinterpreting, misunderstanding everything that I'm doing right now. If you're thinking negatively, or if you're thinking I'm not being fair, then I just don't want to be friends with someone that I'm apparently not being fair to, because I'm not letting them take advantage of me by letting them, take up my time. Like, I spend my time like in a specific way, and I even told DedSec this. And this is one of the issues that I don't like about DedSec, because he like I said, he spends like 10 minutes on a game and then he'll rage quit. And now the other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is a very good example here, along with some extra topic and stuff, is we're playing Minecraft not too long ago. This was like a couple days ago or something, actually. Now, I started my Minecraft world 4 days ago. I'm insanely far. Okay, maybe not insanely far, but I'm pretty good into the game. 4 days in real life time, but 120 days in the game. I've been playing Black Ops 3 on the side, but I've been mainly playing Minecraft as of like yesterday, right? So I'm pretty good into the world, and like if DedSec were to join, we would be like really good and really far into the world. It just would have been a good experience and pretty fun. But he's like, no, I have a have a server that I could do, and I pay for it and get these extra, whatever the frick he said, I don't know, something on like Discord, or I have no idea, these like some type of currency he was talking about, and he earns extra or something, I don't know, bro. So he was like, so I think we should play in the server, if you ask me. I'm trying to do like his laugh and everything, but I can't. But and I'm like, yeah, I've always been down to do server. You know, I was kind of enthusiastic about it. I was down, I was ready, I was hyped, because it was the first time I ever done a server. So we get it all set up, we do it, and mind you, I'm sick, so I'm playing video games because that's how I want to spend my time. Because that's just, you know, the first thing I want to get out of the way, because it's just that easy to get out of the way. So that's just how I spent my time. And so, like, I've been fully invested into Minecraft. And I'm obviously, if you've been following my channel before even DedSec came around my channel in 2023, you would know that I've been trying to beat the game. And even that year is trying to beat the game. Didn't happen. 2024 is trying to beat the game. Didn't happen. I also got banned in one of those years, I think maybe 2024, late 2023, I don't know. I got banned on Toontown at New Year's 2024, which that's a whole thing in itself. That's a whole fiasco. But when all this is happening, me trying to beat the game, and I have diamonds at this point, right? I got a good amount of iron. I got, you know, ender pearls. I have stuff that's progressing me through the game. And if I have to stop all of that and stop that to play on a server with DedSec, I'm stopping my main objective that I was trying to do since 2016, and that's beat the game. I've been playing for that long, and all I've ever wanted to do was beat the game. That's the one thing I wanted to do. And if you follow my channel, and if you've seen my live streams, you've seen my videos, I'm sure I've named it numerous times. And what I mean by named it is I've said, like, even the titles of the last live streams were, I just want to beat this game, man. Like, that's just it. I just want to beat the game, get the trophy, and feel how it feels to beat the game. So many people have done it before. Some people can speed run it and do it so fast. I just want to feel what it feels to beat the game. And now I'm being halted to stop to play with someone else. So I'm like, oh, this better be worth it. I hope this is worth it. I'm crossing my fingers. So I go in with it, and obviously it was a mistake, because here we go. I'm sick, so I'm not saying people should feel bad for me because I'm sick and I'm entitled because of it. No, but it is pretty messed up, and I mean very ugly and rude of someone to, and petty, especially, very petty, especially, to invite me to the server, right? And this is what happens. He invited me to the server, I go in. And speaking of, like, you know, what I was saying earlier about him leaving games very early and all that stuff, just keep that in mind. I'll play a role in later. And it's not going to be that much later. It's going to be a couple minutes of me explaining this. Don't know what's happening over there with the sirens. So we go in, we're having fun, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh man, like this is getting kind of intense. I'm thinking of like where we should put our base. It took making the servers a few minutes to do, but we got it all set up. I'm all looking around, and then I go over here, and I'm looking at this giant mountain, and I'm like, bro, that would be super cool to build our base on top of that mountain, and then make some type of, like, you know, thing going up there. So that's the first thing I thought. And I'm like, man, that's going to be dope if we do that. So let's do that. So I go over there. He follows me. And I make my way up so quick. He's still, like, swimming by the time I'm, like, all the way up there and, like, ready to go. So already, like, right there, and I have it live streamed. Right there you can see the difference in, like just how fast I can complete the game compared to some people. And how like good I've gotten at the game. So like right away, that's how you can tell, like, okay, like this is just, you know, two casual players playing, and that's fine. But it's also like, if I stop my whole grind that I'm doing on my world to do this, I better be ready to grind. Like, I'm ready to go in. And he said he was ready, and I said, if we're gonna do this, let's do this, you know. So we did it. So he climbs up the waterfall. I go up the waterfall first, but he climbs up the waterfall, and he's going up. He's having issues. Takes him, like, I don't know, a little over 1 minute to get up there. He climbs up. So far, we've surpassed about 10 minutes into the game, and we're all the way at the top. We build our base. Something apparently funny happens with the creeper. He didn't record it for some reason, even though he live streams all the time. He'll live stream Apex with freaking. That's a whole nother thing. I shouldn't even say that yet, unless that's like something that needs to be said. But like, he could be getting like viewers by just seeing that funny stuff and then just cool stuff when he live streams with me. But he streams Apex and he says like with viewers, but then it's like he's not playing. He says playing with viewers, but he doesn't. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into that. But like, I can help him with a lot of the content stuff too, and I even told him. But anyways, and then we go up to the top. We played for like, another 4 minutes or so, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a shower, clear up my sinuses so I can feel better. Is that cool with you, or do you want to hop off? Do you want to get off the game and come back when I'm back from my shower? He said, no, that's fine. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do that. So I do that. Takes a few minutes. Obviously, I'm letting the hot water, get my sinuses and make me feel better. I'm cleaning myself. I got my soap. I got my body wash. I'm doing everything. And then I do my shampoo and conditioner, which I might do this today, honestly, because my hair is fine. Yeah, everything seems to be fine, actually. Anyways, I mean, you can even hear how bad I was sick 4 days ago. So, I mean, I don't know where it came from, but it's the first time I've been sick since I got here in May, or at the end of May, at the end of May. So, yeah. So, I come back after, give or take about like maybe 12 minutes or so. I tried to go as fast as possible, but I wanted to make sure I felt better too and got the hot, steamy air, felt better. So, I spent a little bit extended extra time. But then I came back, and DedSec was talking to me. I was like, yo, I can't hear you, bro. My hair's wet right now, but I'll put on my headset so I can hear you, because there's a way to do that, I thought, and it worked. So that all worked out. Then we're just talking for a little bit. We're talking about how I got banned and how abysmal that was and how much of a mistake that was and useless, worthless type of stuff that was. And then about 5 minutes in conversation, he gets blown up by a creeper or shot by a skeleton or slain by a zombie. And I'm like, oh shoot, homie, I'm coming, reinforcements coming, backup's coming. I'm making a joke and having fun and feeling good and feeling positive, obviously, because that's like, what Legendary Grand Entertainment's all about. That's what I'm all about, and that's what all this stuff does. So anybody that sees otherwise, it's like, please explain to me. Like, all I want is just an explanation. Like, give me a valid reason how this is not positive. Give me that. Go ahead. And I'm waiting. Because apparently there's this little minority of a group of people that are like anti-Zach and like hating and just haters with like protest sign, ban this guy, but then they turn, it's like proof and evidence on the other side, and then that's what it says at the bottom. They turn it over and it's blank. Like that's the type of people that be hating on me and say that there's so many reasons not to like me because I'm toxic and XDeadly's was toxic. It's like, bro, that was like 10 years ago. I was a kid. That was a different time. Like, if you asked me about it back then, obviously I'm not going to come up with the best answer because I was a little bit stressed in some situation and stuff was happening. I didn't even find myself out and like get to my best self until like 2022 is when it was starting. 2023 I started getting way better. 2024 way better. And then this year was like the last building year of building everything together, and 2026 is the year finally that I think everything will start going forward, besides already going forward the past like 5 years, but or 4 years since it's 2025, and then next year the past 5 years. So then I say, oh, back up, reinforcements coming. It's just silent on his end. It's silent on his side. I don't hear anything from DedSec, and all I see is DedSec left the game. Oh, I didn't think about it this way. So you're meaning to tell me that you set up a server, spent your own money just to leave in the span of, I don't know, like a little over 20 minutes? Like what, 21 minutes? You're spending your money on a server you're not even going to play. You're spending your money on a server that you play for like, what, 18 minutes overall, and then you go play this EVE Online and Albion Online and all these other random games. Like, this is what I was talking about earlier. Not only did he leave again, but he spent money and asked me to play, so I took my time and my energy and everything I was doing out of my day to play with them. And then he leaves to play these other, like, what are these games? Like, these are not as fun. There's no way these games are as fun. I just don't understand. I don't see it. I just don't. I don't understand it. Like, that's just plain and simple, flat out. I'm just going to say it. Like, I don't understand what those games have that make it fun. Like, that make it that fun. Like, oh, like I say, Minecraft's my chill game because it's a very, very, very chill game and it's very easy. I don't care who says what. Like, it's so easy. And if you don't agree with that, like he said, oh, Minecraft's not a chill game, I don't see it as a chill game. Well, yeah, probably because you go to Apex expecting to win and go off and everything. And then, like, I don't know, bro, like, I don't even see him play Call of Duty anymore. But it's just, it's confusing. It's so confusing. So that happens, and obviously I'm like, yo, I was like kind of a little bit like, bro, like, all that built up times where he's like treated me bad and didn't treat me as a friend, and that moment right there where he left, like, all kind of led me to me saying, kind of like with like seriousness in my voice, like, yo, why'd you leave? Like, I was about to go over there to you, and he said, I just don't want to deal with that no more. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna do no drama right now, and I'm live streaming. I'm just gonna agree with them and just be like, yeah, I understand that. Which, on one hand, yeah, I do understand that. But on the other, it's like, what? How are you gonna call yourself a friend? Like, legitimately, the stuff you do just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand it. And he never communicates this. He never gives me an explanation or answer. And I'm getting kind of tired of it. Like, if I'm gonna have a friend, they either gotta be a friend or just like what the heck is going on? Like, it's confusing me. It's like, that was kind of the last straw. Like, that's why I'm making this not live stream. That's why I'm making this video, because I was sick. And I wanted to enjoy myself and relax and play the games that I like and do the stuff that I like while I get better. And that took my time out of my day just for him to pay. The fact that he's paying for it is like his own problem, but took my time out of my day to play a server with him, and he leaves because he got slain by easy enemies. We're on an island in the sky. You can't punch him off and make him fall off. You don't have a wooden sword. I'm so confused. I gave him like a chance to pause the game, to leave and then come back when I'm back, and he kept playing. So I guess he put himself in that predicament, but it's not even a predicament. Like, you die to the most basic enemies, like prestigious JT-3000. It's not even just that. It could have been a situation where he couldn't really, like... I've had situations in Minecraft where I got slain from stupid stuff or got eliminated from things that didn't make sense. But it's just... You rage on that, but you play Apex all the time. And you play Call of Duty, but you're gonna rage off a zombie in Minecraft? as if that's any comparable to what we have to deal with in Apex Legends. In Call of Duty, when we play those games, like, sure, it's a one life game mode, sure, it's survival. It's not like we're playing Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, or what is it, Apex Legends. But when it comes to those games, which I don't think me and DedSec ever played a Search and Destroy, so that's out of the games. But when it's Apex Legends, that is a one life game mode. And he talks about it all the time. He's like, yeah, I would ask you to play Apex Legends, but I know your stance on that. I know how you feel about that. But you're gonna rage quit after 2 basic mobs in Minecraft. We didn't even spend... all I did was build a door, furnace, crafting table. I had wood planks. And then, like, a little bit of other items, and that was it. That's how far we got into the game. After just swimming to the island, going up to that floating island, that's how far we got into the game before you rage quit. So you can probably understand, at this point, why DedSec is just screwing up, and he's just not communicating that, and he's not listening. Like, I'm trying to talk to him. I'm not trying to be negative, but it's like, when you put yourself in these situations that could be easily avoidable, and you can, instead of doing the decisions you do, you can do the best decisions by talking to me and figuring out how many options you have. You know, you could say one version of doing that is process of elimination, which sure, you could say that. But just after all that's happened, if he's got like one more chance, one more shot, or just one more chance. And if he's like one more shot at being a friend and all this other stuff, if he shows me one more time like that he's gonna treat me bad and waste my time again, then I'm done with this. Like, I put so much time into playing with DedSec and doing all this stuff with DedSec, trying to help him, trying to do stuff. And time again, he's shown me that he basically doesn't care about my presence around him. Not exactly that, but figuratively, I guess you could say. But that's the situation. And this is why it's like, if this keeps happening, like, I was sick, bro. Like, I'm sick, and you just wasted my time by leaving me behind. You left me behind because you got emotional because of the most basic enemy in the game. He didn't even say, oh, I need help, yo. He didn't even say, like, I'm literally his teammate in the game with him, and he has a microphone, he has a headset. Use it. Use the comms. You don't give me no comms, like this crazy, bro. Like I was saying, friendly fire. If he messes up one more time, he's gonna get kicked. He's gonna get booted. Just like I said, friendly fire, man. He has one more chance before, like, I'm done with wasting my time and wasting my freaking patience. Like, my patience is running thin. Paper thin like these walls, buddy. So, that's it. That's all I got to talk about in this situation. I'm sure DedSec's gonna watch it and say, I watched the whole thing, which I don't even know if he watches the whole thing. I feel like he's kind of lying. I mean, like, again, from what he shows me, a lot of this stuff, I don't know if I can believe him anymore. Like, how petty and rude and mean, tacky and venal that someone would, while I'm sick, ask me to play and then leave after 2 basic enemy deaths. While I'm sick. Knowing that I'm literally trying to enjoy myself, play the game, spend my time, kick back and relax. and you're asking me to take my time out of my day, my effort, my dedication, my everything, energy, everything, to put into this server. You don't even spend a good 20 minutes, 25 full minutes on the server. Shoot, half an hour on the server, 30 minutes. Like, one more time, bro, and it's just like one more time, and then we'll see what happens from there. But like, already when he was being rude to JJ Orange and me, like that was like really close to the last straw. I almost unfriended him and just stopped playing with him after that. But I'm starting to see that might be a sign of the whole thing of like how this whole situation is, how it'll go down in the future, and probably a sign of things to come. So very close to nearing the edge, and me, this is Spartaing him, saying this is Sparta, because he thinks this is madness. So we're getting close to it, and I'm just getting close to just telling him, like, look, you need to work on yourself, bro, before you can have any type of friendships. There's a lot you need to do, because you're treating me like garbage multiple times. But then, like, I'm sure he has other friends he can play with, so it's whatever. I don't even gotta explain it. But it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy, because it's like so simple to not do certain things, and he just keeps doing them. I am not sure why, but that's DedSec4Plays, DedSec4Gaming, DedsecPlayz, Pinky for you. And this video isn't like hating. This video isn't negative. This video isn't me saying I'm not going to be friends with him. This video is a reminder of, and kind of like a warning. Like, if he continues to do specific things, then why should I be around while he's wasting time? Because I don't like wasting time. You guys know that. I say it all the time. For the past 5 years. And it's true. So, I think he needs to just make his decision on if he wants to waste more time. Then I'm just going to tell him straight up, you need to work on yourself, and you need to figure things out. I don't think right now, right here, at this point, that we can be friends. Adios. And I would say amigo, but it has not been like that, that's for sure. So, that's the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys so much for 480 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. We're getting to 500. We're all together. And so close to 500. Just 20 more. So, I want to thank you guys so much for that and giving me the opportunity to make content. And you guys are just loving it as much as I'm loving making it and watching it myself. So yeah, I plan on making more vlogs, so more vlogs to come. I think I'm gonna spend some time today editing on the vlogs. It messed up, so I want to redo that and get back into doing vlogs, man. I miss doing some vlogs. Looking back at it, so yeah, that's gonna do it this time. I'm gonna try to get that finished. I want to try to get all the vlogs up by 2020, before 2026, and I think that's gonna be my main objective. So it's been your boy Zach Mountain, or the homie Zach, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace. Love you guys.